Hello class, welcome to another day of adjectives. I hope you did well on your adjective homework and on your adjective quiz. You should be getting the grades for those sometime today. Now, today we're going to be looking at page 148 in your grammar books. If you want to go ahead and open it up to there. Adjective clauses. We're going to take a look at adjective clauses. Now remember, a clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. Now we have adjective clauses. Now if you think back, you may remember me mentioning adjective clauses when we were studying pronouns, because one of the types of pronouns, remember there were 6 different types of pronouns, one of them introduced adjective clauses. Which type of pronoun introduced adjective clauses? Do you remember? That's right, the things that introduce people are relatives. And so relative pronouns introduce adjective clauses. Who, whom, whose, which, that. Those are the relative pronouns. They will introduce our adjective clauses. So we have an adjective clause. Adjective clauses are dependent clauses. That means they can't be by themselves. They have to be with something else. So adjective clauses are dependent clauses, and they always have an introductory word, and that introductory word will be a relative pronoun. Who, whom, whose, which, and that. If you look at number 5 on your page, in the blue boxes, adjective clauses are introduced by words called relatives, who, whom, which, and that. Whose is called a relative adjective when it introduces an adjective clause. All right. The relative, that word, the introductory word, will serve 2 purposes. It will do 2 different things. One, it introduces the clause. It lets you know, hey, there's a clause coming. So always be looking for those introductory words to see that if you have a clause coming. So that's one thing that it does. But it also does something else. It also serves a grammatical function. It does something within the clause. Maybe it does the job of the subject. Maybe it does the job of an object of the preposition. Maybe it does the job of an adjective. I don't know. Different ones will do different things. So, but it will introduce a clause, but it will also be used grammatically. It will have an actual job within the clause. It will have an actual job within the clause. All right, let's see if we can find some adjective clauses. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the examples on blue box number 6, okay? She is the one who will help us. All right, where's your adjective clause? Oh, I see it. The word who is an indicator we might have a clause coming. Who will help us? There's our adjective clause. Okay. Now, who is the introductory word, but what else is it doing? Let's take a look. Go ahead and box the clause. You always want to box your clauses to set them apart from the rest of the sentence. So ignore the rest of the sentence and let's just take a look at who will help us. Where's your verb? That's right, it's will help. Who or what will help? Yep, it's who. You gave yourself the answer. Who is the subject of the clause? So who is your subject? Will help is your verb. Will help is action or linking. Action. Will help whom or what? Will help us. Us is your direct object. So there you have your clause all broken down. Now, she is the one who will help us. Which one? The one who will help us. That's right. Who will help us is an adjective clause. It will answer the questions just like adjectives do. Which one, what kind, how many, how much, to, how much, whose. She is the one. Which one? The one who will help us. So who will help us? The whole thing modifies the word one. Very good. So you're going to be finding the adjective clauses in the exercise. What I want you to do is first read the sentence. Read the sentence. Mark any prepositional phrases. Mark any prepositional phrases. And then I want you to box the clause. Box the clause. All right, number 1. Anne was the only one that had red hair. Are there any prepositional phrases in this sentence? No, there's no prepositional phrases in this sentence. All right. Do you see a dependent adjective clause. Since we're doing adjective clauses, they'll all probably be adjective clauses. Remember, adjective clauses will have an introductory word. Who, whom, whose, which, or that. Do you see one of those words? That's right, there's a that at the very end. What's the entire clause then? That had red hair. So go ahead and box the whole thing. Put a box all the way around that had red hair. All right, now you have your sentence and you have your dependent clause. And was the only one, and then you have that had red hair. So in, ignore the box. We're gonna not pay attention to it. Now, and was the only one. Where's your verb? That's right, it's was. Who or what was? And was. Good job. Double underline was, single underline and. Is was action or linking? It is linking. So and was who or what? And was one. Very good. She was one. That is your predicate nominative. You put PN over the top. All right. And was the one. Which one? She was the only one. Only is an adjective describing one. But and was the only which one? The one that had red hair. Very good. You're going to do an arrow from that had red hair to one. Draw an arrow from the entire box to one. Now, we're going to take a look inside of our box, okay? That had red hair. Ignore everything outside of the box. That had red hair. Where's your verb? Very good, it's had. Double underline had. Who or what had? That's right, that is the one that had. So that is your subject. That is also your introductory word, but that is your subject. So single underline that, double underline had. Is had action or linking? It is action. So that had whom or what? Hair. That had hair. Hair is your direct object, put D-O over the top of it. What color hair? That's right, red hair. Red is an adjective modifying hair. You've marked up every single word in this sentence. Excellent job. You're going to continue to do the same thing throughout every single sentence in this exercise. Now be careful, both of the sentences we've looked at so far, the introductory word was the subject, but the introductory word isn't always going to be the subject, so be very careful of that. All right, let's see. You're going to go ahead and finish exercise A. You're going to move on to page 149 and complete exercise A. You're going to do exercise B. The paragraph contains 10 adjective clauses and you need to find them and mark what they modify. So be on the lookout for those. And then exercise C. Exercise C. You're going to be doing all of pages 148 and 149. When you are complete, take a photo of each page and send it to me. Take a photo of each page and send it to me. All right, continue working on your literature study guide. We're going to have that test on Monday. You guys have a great day.